again everybody, Mrs Nolan here again. So if you've done your counting, let's get on with our learn-its for this week. Now which learn-its have we been working on? It's the doubles, isn't it? So your warm-up has to be a double song. Now you could do this version that we do at school as a rap, and this is a really good one to get this into your memory, to get that rap, that song into your memory. It helps you learn. So you could go onto that one on YouTube, or you could try Mr R's doubles. Now the reason why I like this version of a double song is because it's very visual. That means there's lots of pictures there so that you can really see what's happening to those doubles. So do one of those, maybe a different one each day, and then come back to me when you're all warmed up with your doubles. Okay? So, in the first week, we did 6 add 6. And can you remember what that was? A 6 add 6 equals 12. Last week, we did 7 add 7. A 7 add 7 equals 14. Now you've got to know those really quickly. Can you work out what our double is for this week? Well, it is, of course, 8 add 8. We've had 6, we've had 7, now we're having 8. Why do you think I've got some spiders on there? Well, that's because spiders are arachnids. They've got 8 legs. Arachnids are creatures with 8 legs. 4 on that side, 4 on that side. Double 4 is 8. Double 8, well, 2 lots of 8 is 16. So this is our new double. Double 8 is 16. Now let's just have a look at that again. We've got them in order here. A 6 add 6 equals 12. 7 add 7 equals 14. 8 add 8 equals 16. So let's look at that pattern. 6, 7, 8. They're in order, aren't they? What's about on this side? 12, 14, 16. Can you notice anything about that pattern? Well, it's the 2s pattern, isn't it? They're even numbers. They're multiples of 2. Let's look at that a little bit more closely. I've got all our doubles from the very first one that you learnt at the very beginning of reception. 1 add 1, all the way up to the one for this week, which is 8 add 8. So we've got our numbers in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what's the pattern here? It's multiples of 2, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Now maths is all about patterns. Always ask yourself, what's the pattern? Now, what will the next double be that we have next week? Can you work it out? Can you continue the pattern? What will come after 10 add 10? Now those are some questions we'll come back to at the end of this video. Let's look at our 8 add 8 again. 8 plus 8 equals 16, our part, whole bar model. So if 8 add 8 is 16, what is 16 take away 8? It's 8, of course. And what else do we notice? Well, that line there, it's down the middle, isn't it? Half of 16 is 8. 8 add 8 is 16, and half of 16 is 8. Getting lots of number facts in there, aren't we? So what I want you to do now is draw the fact family triangle. I want you to write the addition all by yourself, and I want you to write the subtraction, and come back to me when you are ready. Okay, I've got my fact family triangle. 8 add 8 is 16. 16 take away 8 is 8. 8 add 8 is 16. 16 take away 8 is 8. So for It's Nothing New, we're going to think about what we know now if we know that double 8 is 16. What's my 8 tens add 8 tens? Well, 8 add 8 is 16, so 8 tens add 8 tens is 16 tens. Let's look at that a bit more carefully. 8 tens add 8 tens is 16 tens, and that is written as 80 add 80 equals 160. 16 tens is called 160. So now when you write your fact family, can you not just write your 8 add 8 is 16 and 16 take away 8 is 8? Can you also be putting it into multiples of 10? And some of you may even be able to put it into multiples of 100. See how far you can get. There's your challenge. Now, if we know that double 8 is 16, it's really fantastic to help us with our calculating, our division and multiplication. If I had a question like 16 sweets shared between 2 people, how many do they get each? Well, that is just halving. I can use my doubles. Now I could go and share them all out, just like I've been doing the last few weeks, and it takes a very long time, doesn't it? Or I could just know that half of 16 is, well, I hope you're shouting it out already, because this takes a very long time when you have to do it one at a time, doesn't it? One for you, 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 oops, lost it, and one for you. And how many do they get each? 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. They get 8 each, don't they? Now, isn't it so much quicker just knowing your doubles and your halves? What about if I had lots of, or in this case, packs of, 2 lots or packs of 8? So these fantastic markers come in packs of 8. How many pens are there? Well, of course, there are 16 pens altogether. I could write that as a times 8 times 2. I got 8 in a packet, and I did that 2 times. I got 16. Right, for the next challenge, it's where you have to give yourself 4 boxes. At school, we do that by dividing our board into quarters, don't we? But don't waste your paper, just make them quite small and come back to me when you're ready. So our questions are 8 add 8, half of 16, 16 take away what equals 8 in that box, and 80 add 80 equals what in that box. Pause the video, write down your answers and come back to me when you're ready. Okay, 8 plus 8 equals 16. Half of 16, well, we've just done that with our sweets, haven't we? Half of 16 equals 8. 16 take away what equals 8. That's 8, of course. 80 add 80. 8 tens add 8 tens. Well, we've got to write that 16 first, and then we've got to put the 0 on the end. 8 tens add 8 tens equals 16 tens, and remember we call that 160. Let's think about our near doubles now. So if we've got 8 add 8, and 8 add 8 equals 16, of course. So what is 8 add 9 and why? Now you should be able to do this by now because we've done it the last couple of weeks. If 8 add 8 is 16, what is 8 add 9? Well, we've got our 8, but 9 is 1 more than 8, so our answer needs to be 1 more than 16. So our answer needs to be 17. 8 add 9 is 17. And the next one, if 8 add 8 is 16, of course. What is 8 add 7 and why? Have a think. Well, we've got 8 add 8. Here we've got 8 add 7. 7 is 1 less than 8. So this answer needs to be 1 less than 16. So 8 add 7 is 15. So now we've got a few doubles. Oh, but are they all doubles? So you're going to need 4 more boxes. You're going to need to think about the doubles we have worked on these last few weeks. And then, look, that one doesn't say double. That says half, half of 8. Now that is a bit of a trick question. So think really carefully about these 4. Write them down in your boxes and come back to me when you're ready. Pause the video. Okay. Now double 6, that's like rolling 2 dice and getting 6 on each one, isn't it? So that is 12. Double 8, well, that's spider's legs. How many How many legs would there be on 2 spiders? 16. Now that one says double 8, but this one says half of 8. Half of 8. A 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Half of 8 is 4. So, double 7, that was last week's. 7-a-side football, double 7 is 14. Did you get those right? If you don't get them right today, come back tomorrow and see if you get them right tomorrow. Practice them all week until you're really good at them. Now, I said we'd come back to this. The doubles pattern is really, really useful. We've got counting in ones, and then the answers are all even numbers. They're counting in twos. So I want you to think about that pattern. I want you to practice writing it down. Always think about, what will the next double be? Can you continue the pattern? What's next week's double going to be? Well, it's going to be 9, isn't it? 9 add 9, but what will that equal? And what will come after 10 add 10? What would double 11 be? What would double 12 be? So over the next week, can you practice writing down your doubles? You can start by looking at this page, but then can you do it all by yourself? And by the time you've finished learning that, you might even be able to carry on that pattern to really, really big numbers. Okay? Have some fun, do a little bit of this every day, and then in our main lessons, we're going to be thinking about measuring this week. So have fun, and I'll see you later again. Bye!